Now on 2nd and 13. Newton gets this into the hands of N'Keal Harry. And he'll be pulled down as a penalty flag will rein in as well, and that would appear to be a face mask. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. They run the draw play. This is White. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
They fake the give. Newton. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Mike Pennell breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. So now after the sack, Cam and the Patriots going to look up at a 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Newton. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Isaiah McKenzie there to make the grab. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up.
Well, that's what I call an answer right there. They gave up a sack on the previous play. How about what they did to finish things off, turning it right back around?
That's the response, and that O-line feels a lot better now, don't they?
Yeah, without a doubt, because giving up the sack in the previous play, that just hurts those guys because they never want to see their guy get hit.
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through.
Stephen Gostkowski to kick off for New England.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll set up to throw it. Open man is Ross, complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. 2nd quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They run the counter. Hunt. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. It's another 1st down as this time they get an even 20.
Oh, you Kareem Hunt. We know you've got the power. We know you've got the speed. Now how about that? Show us a little bit of that wiggle in there. How about that one, partner?
Can you imagine trying to tackle that? Yeah, I'll stay up here with you. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And this is caught at the 8. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
This is Hunt. And he will not be denied. Into the end zone. Touchdown Seahawks. Kareem Hunt with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
Cam going to bring the Patriots up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start the drive with a give to White. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? Here's Newton. This is White on the screen. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
Complete.
They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
And 1.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. 7 yards there and a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12.
Play action. It's Newton.
38-yard line.
Buying time to his left. He'll air this one toward Coleman. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. There's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Tackle made by
The corner, Stephon Gilmore, on the stop.
Gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 35-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Hunt. And he gets this all the way down to the Patriots' 24. A big run by Kareem Hunt, 41 yards. And you hear it all the time, but that's one of the dangers of the blitz. You get past that first wave, nobody else is there.
And when teams blitz, what they're trying to do is make you lose your poise, lose your timing and your tempo. But when you hold it together, you can really hurt them the other way, getting past that first wave. So
the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. He'll find Ballore out of the backfield. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 10 more there and another first down.
Another Seahawks. 1st and 10.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. That is caught at the 7-yard line.
Wilson's pass.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
On 2nd down, it's Hunt, and he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Hightower on the stop.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and does a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. They run for it with Hunt. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. They'll try to run with Hunt. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Kareem Hunt on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Forced out to his left. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. You think about it, Charles, this is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot. In that time, he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get into the open field very often. Remember, he's not Lamar Jackson, not Michael Vick back in the day. Always has to protect the
end zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. John Ross, 30 yards. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Being chased out left. Room here to run. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. It's Coleman here. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. A final shot before the break. Newton. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. N'Keal Harry as time expires in the first half. And the Patriots make some inroads here on that deficit. You knew time was going to run out, so this had to be in the end zone, and somehow they were able to find a window and get it done.
Very easy for us to talk about up here that, yes, all that had to happen, but when time's running down, sometimes your brain compresses a little bit too. They showed great poise, understanding of situation, making sure they got to the end zone in order to complete that pass and take a nice momentum into the locker room.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The Patriots trailing here, but they will have the football first as the third quarter is underway. Taken about 7 yards deep, and we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Carlos Dunlap, the defensive end, the one to bring him down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
20. Here we go. Check, check.
And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
A shotgun snap for Newton. Catch is made by Harry. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 23 yards the pickup there.
And they'll continue to look for more catches like that from N'Keal Harry. He was New England's first pick in the 2019 draft. Had a disappointing rookie season, though. Only 12 catches for 105 yards and just 2 touchdowns. With his talent and his potential, this team needs him to step up.
They find some open field here. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Sonny Michel comes out of a long line of terrific running backs from the University of Georgia and was a first-round selection for New England in 2018. He does not mind carrying the football, never turns down an opportunity. Top 10 in rushing attempts in the league in 2019.
A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53.
They run the counter. Hunt. Big hold to the 30. And finally brought down at the 34-yard line. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now. Throwing again. Wilson going deep downfield for Ross. That's caught inside the 20. And he gets this deep into Patriot territory.
And that's good.
A big play that time for the Seahawks. 53 yards. That's complete right around the 8. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Here's Hunt, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Easy. Money. Alert. Check 50.
Play action. Now Wilson. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the All-Pro Stephon Gilmore. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Intercepted.
Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it? Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's Patriot football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter. On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 11 yards there, 1st down. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the 1st down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. But it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there. And there we saw completion.
2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. This is caught. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England.
New England.
Nelson Agholor. 34 yards. And the Patriots are back within a score. Extra point try for Gostkowski. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21.
Seahawks 28, Patriots 21. Stephen Gostkowski.
Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Man, if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitance.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big run by Kareem Hunt, 67 yards.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Second down and goal. Wilson. Flush to his right. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. Third and goal.
Mike 52, 36 power. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. 49, check 49, check 49.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Yeah, he is marked down right about on top of that imaginary yellow line, but they say he's a bit short. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Here we go, a big play and a tight game late. They're going on 4th and goal. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Kareem Hunt taking it in. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taken in the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. On 2nd and 15 now. Newton dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. And it's complete. Henry And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Excellent play there on third down. Give them 25 yards.
First down, New England.
Ready? What's it? Ready? We want this. 56 minutes. Gun. Let's go.
Now Newton on first down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
From the red zone now, Newton. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Stephen Gostkowski for the extra point.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts.
Good.
Important extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So a 7-point game. They'll need a recovery, the touchdown, and an extra point to tie. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So a 7-point game. They'll need a recovery, the touchdown, and an extra point to tie. And the Seahawks, looks like they recovered. They have. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts. But even if they force a 3-and-out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. Play action. It's Wilson. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10. And can you believe this? A big mistake leads to a defensive touchdown, and they're a point away from tying this thing up. Gostkowski for the point after. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
That ties the game, 35-35. Stephen Gostkowski to kick off for New England.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter.
Fielded in the end zone.
And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25-yard
line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
53 is the mic. I got it. Still got it. 4 down, 4 down.
They go play action with Wilson. Got a man open. It's Ross. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
52. 52's the mic. I'm scared.
They go play action now. Wilson. Oh, that was dangerous. We'll throw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. They'll run it here with Hunt, and he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
At this stage, you've got to hustle, got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. Off play action. Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Wilson to throw. Steps away to his left toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Incomplete on the throwaway. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
14. 52's the mic. Watch Mike. It's outside.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Pass thrown to the sideline and incomplete. Brings up 3rd and goal.
So now this one will rest on the right foot of Jason Myers. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They run with Hunt. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. And they get the timeout called here. It comes with 1 second remaining on the clock.
Myers for the Seahawks field goal. A 24-yard attempt.
And it's off the left upright. Oh, my goodness. Heartache. It's no good. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
So we're right back where as the kick's away.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Well, conventional football, Football 101 tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Bobby Wagner, the NFL's leading tackler in 2019, there on the stop.
On the play. 2nd and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. First throw in overtime for Newton. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And he'll be out right at the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
And the Patriot first down.
On first down, Newton. On the screen, this is Coleman. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short. Overtime here out west, and you got a team from the Eastern time zone. Maybe their body clock's a little thrown off, or is that overhyped?
I don't think it's overhyped, and I think that for most teams, you're hoping that your mind overrules your body, because your body's looking for slippers and bedtime clothes, right? They're looking for the pajamas. But in this case, you've got to stay with it mentally. And what a lot of teams do, they never change their watches. They always say on East Coast time and just go ahead that way to try and defeat any of the effects of moving to the West.
First down, New England.
He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he'll be taken down at the 26. 14 yards is the pickup there and a New England first down. 2 minutes left in this overtime session and still all tied. Newton on first down. Coleman has it here right side. Yeah, he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down. Running out of the gun with White. And a short pickup there down to about the 9.
The ball carrier.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime.
At the 9-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Newton. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. That's their second and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. Coming up on a 3rd and 9. Opening drive of overtime as they look to convert. From the gun, here's Newton. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
27-yard attempt.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. They're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
At their own 32-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. The field goal would push it to sudden death. We just saw the field goal on the other end, but I don't think they are thinking field goal. At least not to start this drive, they're not thinking field goal.
Not at all, because your point is well taken. Yeah, kick the field goal, you push it to sudden death, but you're also kicking off and giving the other team the ball with a chance to kick a field goal and beat you. Get the touchdown, finish the game off. That has to be the mindset.
Wilson now. Off play action. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Off the play fake. Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
The 50-yard line.
Left side complete to Lockett. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Throwing again here, Wilson. Oh, it's intercepted. That'll seal it. Picked off by J.C. Jackson. And that's how this one ends, in dramatic fashion in overtime with the interception. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Seattle.